guys, and welcome to this week's pull list section of the Coffee and Heroes show. So this is the part where I just take you through the titles I'm most excited to read this week, what's on my pull list, breaking down the DC, the Marvel, the indie stuff, and again just taking you through the stuff that I'm enjoying right now anyway. But we're going to kick things off with a few indie titles. First of all, from Paul Tobin and Andrea Muti, we have Bunny Mask number 4. This has been a really dark, macabre title, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. Quite psychological horror. It's 4 issues in now. I believe it's going to be a 5-issue mini. So the trade won't be too far away if you haven't managed to jump on the singles. But we do got a couple extra for the racks if you fancy the single issues as opposed to the trades. Next up from John Layman and Dan Boltwood is Chew. Again, been loving this. We're up to issue 8 now. So this is the Better Call Saul to Chew's, C-H-E-W, Breaking Bad. So great stuff following Tony's sister, who's a master thief. Great stuff. A title that I loved last month was a brand new number 1 from Sarah Gilliam, Pay Us Back, which was Eat the Rich. And we're now on to issue 2 of that. So really looking forward to digging into that. It had very much Get Out type vibes. Again, quite psychological horror. Really dug that. One that looks really good. I have a couple of new number 1s actually that are coming out this week I'm really excited about. So first up from Image from Patrick Kinlan and Marco Ferrari is Frontiersman. The preview art for this looked absolutely glorious. I mean, any Image number 1 I'll always give a go-to anyway, but the preview art really sold me on this, so I'll be tucking into that this week. And the other one, which is possibly my pick of the week, outside of Batman, because always Batman, but it's from Ablaze Comics, which is not usually an imprint or a publisher that we normally get a lot in from, but with this one, it's from the artist of Something Is Killing the Children, Werther Della Dera. It's written by Francesco Artabani, and it's called He Who Fights with Monsters. I think this is going to be pretty big. I ordered relatively big on it because I get the feeling this might be one that people sleep on. But again, given how well received Something's Killing the Children has been, and that's from a label that's much bigger, from Boom Studios, but with this being Ablaze, I could see there not being a very big print run on that. Next up, we've got Philadelphia, so we're up to issue 17. So again, Rodney Barnes, Jason Sean Alexander. You don't need me to sell you on this anymore. We got the trades back in this week, volumes 1 and 2, so keep an eye out for those. Next up, we have part 5 of Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal. So Garth Ennis, Goran Sudzuka. Again, I've been talking about the virtues of this for a long time. It's just a flat-out fun comic book, very adult. But what's cool this week is we ordered extra number 5s. What's cool this week is the first trade's out. So I'd sort of talked about it before. I wasn't sure how AWA were going to release this in terms of a trade. Would they wait until all 8 issues were out? Whatever. But they keep that £9 price point. So you've got the first trade out this week, which covers issues 1 to 4. And then issue 5 is this week as well. What else have we got? We've got just a couple of variants I'm skipping past. Next up, we've got Radiant Black. So we're up to issue 8 of this. Again, one of my favorite indie series at the moment. Always happy to do something quite daring with a narrative. Really good dialogue, great art as well. And I see Marcelo Costa's back on this issue, which can only be a good thing. Another indie title I sing the virtues of all the time is Stillwater from Chip Zdarsky, Ramon K. Perez. Again, you probably don't need to mention it again, but we're just over the halfway point of Arc 2 there. That Texas Blood, new issue, always a good week. So you have Chris Condon, Jacob Phillips continuing with their urban-drenched neo-noir. We're as far as issue 10 with this one. So we move from that and on to DC, where I can just nip past all of my ridiculous amount of variants. So first up, we have Batman 113. So we're kicking off Fear State in earnest now. We are continuing with James Tynion, Jorge Jimenez, Tomei Moret on colors, of course. And there's going to be a Clown Hunter backup in this one. It was dealing with Ghostmaker for quite a while, but we're doing a bit of clown hunting now. And again, the variants I'm just skipping past are things like, my Batman 113 variant, my Batman 1 to 25 variant. I have a problem. It's fine. I know this. Another one shot that is going to tie into Fear State this week is Batman Secret Files Miracle Molly. Tynion's writing this, which is cool. Great artist called Danny. This is going to be the artist on Arkham City, Order at the End of the World. And also was an artist on a great indie series through Image called Coffin Bound, and Lee Lockridge in colors as well. So all good stuff there. We have the next issue, issue 5 of 6 of Batman the Detective. So this is the Tom Taylor and the Kubert story. This is the sort of European set Batman adventure. Next up, I'll show you the variant just because I only collect the variants, but Catwoman 35. So Catwoman's going to be a good one for this week in general as well. If you're going to be reading Batman Fear State, Catwoman ties into it. We've got cover A's and we've got the B's in stock, but you know, all the stuff Ram B's been doing with this has been fantastic. Great story in general, great storytelling, I should say, but also the fact that it ties into Fear State means I think that'll do well this week. Next up, we have The Flash, Jeremy Adams continuing with this one. Brian Hitch cover there. And I've been enjoying The Flash ever since it moved over to Wally West, away from Barry Allen. Got the next issue then of Shazam. Again, just a wee 4-issue mini-series, but I thought the first 2 issues of this have been pretty sweet. It's pretty much a spin-off series from Teen Titans Academy as well, which is another great title. What have we got? We've got a couple of Marvels now. We've got Alien. So new story arc kicking off here with issue 7. So the trades mustn't be far behind on this. Phil Kenny Johnson, Salvador LaRocca. Again, we've been talking about the virtues of this quite a bit on the show, but also in on the podcast as well. And if you're an Alien fan, definitely jump into that. Next up, we have the death of Doctor Strange. So, of course, we went for the Scotty Young cover with this. We do have a couple of spare Scotty Young covers as well, but we do have the cover A's. And this is going to kick off a 5-issue mini-series, The Death of Doctor Strange. We have Moon Knight number 3, which, again, has been one of Marvel's best titles for me. A little bit light on the Marvel stuff this week for me. A lot of focus on the X stuff, a lot of focus on Star Wars, both of which are just not really my fandoms. But Moon Knight is brilliant. I'm going to finish off actually with my other pick of the week. So He Who Fights with Monsters is definitely a pick up there. But in terms of titles that I look forward to every single week or every single month they come out, ones that go straight to the top of the reading pile, it's hard to beat this. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Tom King, great writing duties. Bill Quay Evely, the art is to die for. It's just a glorious, glorious title. And again, I cannot recommend it enough. So yeah, so again, that's just my pull list this week. Again, there's tons of other stuff out. You have X-Men, you have X-Men Onslaught, you've got X-Men Legends, you have Star Wars Bounty Hunters, you've got loads of other stuff coming out this week, but that's just what's in my pull list anyway. But you can certainly check out one of the other videos on the network, which is new stuff in this week. It's been a big packed week this week as we wrote a lot of stuff from last week from Diamond. And there's tons of trades. We got some omnibuses, we got compendiums, we got trade paperbacks, tons of great stuff to look forward to. So keep an eye out for that elsewhere in the network. Hope you enjoyed this. Has ever any titles appealed to you, just get in touch. We'll do our best to always hold them for you if you can't get down on New Comic Book Day. And outside of that, I hope you guys are staying safe out there. I look forward to seeing you in the store throughout the week. And take it easy.